Okay, welcome everyone. It's so nice to see you guys. Welcome. Welcome to this live event where we have a super special announcement to make. I think I recognize the majority of you, so I'm pretty sure the majority of you know me, but in case you don't know me, maybe some of you are new. My name is Sulvay Barrios, and I'm the co-founder of the Mayan Wisdom Project. My dad was Carlos Barrios, one of the most renowned and well-respected Mayan elders here in Guatemala, as well as in the world. Him and I started this project together around 5 years ago. And since then, we've been working in collaboration with people all around the Maya nations here in Guatemala and doing a lot of really exciting and beautiful things in order to share the Maya tradition in the most responsible and beautiful way. And also, a lot of the things that we do are not only to benefit you guys. So we put our hearts and souls into everything that we do, all of our challenges, all of our courses, our journey, all of the handmade products that we have in our shop, but also our goal as well with the Mind Wisdom Project is to support the communities here in my country, which is Guatemala, because that's my passion and dream in life. So a lot of like a lot of what we earn goes into like projects that we have in Alta Verapaz, Guatemala, where we support communities. Currently, we're supporting an entire community of 108 families. So our project is the goal of it is to have the most positive impact that we can have. And we're really proud of everything that we're slowly achieving. So that's just an introduction in case somebody here is new, but I think the majority of you know me. I apologize in advance. Everyone in my town right now has a cold. I have a cold too, so if I cough a few times, I'm sorry. Trying to heal, but I've been talking a lot, so the throat ache is not really going away. But anyways, if I cough, I'm fine. I'll survive the experience. So anyways, so so we have a super exciting announcement to make. Okay, I know some of you are new, but I know some of you know me. And I know those of you who know me know that sometimes something gets in my head and I'm like, I really want to do this right now. I really want to do this right now. And the latest thing I really wanted to do, because recently I've been just having the opportunity to visit a lot of the spiritual leaders that we work with. So I've been traveling a little bit, talking to the spiritual leaders. Just a few days ago, I was hanging out with Tata Alberto, one of the spiritual leaders we work with from the Cachiquel Maya Nation, right? Who, guided us through like this beautiful fire ceremony. And one of the feelings that I have sometimes, like especially during that last ceremony, which was for the Maya New Year, for the Cholquij New Year, is like, ah, man, I know that so many of the people who are in our community would die if they would be able to be here and to be able to witness this, especially because that ceremony was so powerful. Like, I brought some of my friends who had been insisting that they want to experience a fire ceremony because they know what I do with my life. So they were like, we want to see what this whole thing that you do is about. And it was amazing. Like he was just going and telling them, like all kinds of crazy things. He would just like look at them and tell them things about their life. And they were like, how do you know that? It was like a really powerful ceremony. And sometimes when I'm in that space, I'm like, I wish I could bring people from my community to come and experience this in person, right? Because as much as I feel like we do a pretty good job doing this whole thing online, I hope that we're doing a good job, right? You guys tell me. But it's not the same. It hits different when you're actually here in Guatemala and you're here in person. So I was just sitting there in that ceremony and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just open up the space to bring people here, which is something that we rarely do. We've only done it really like 2 times in the last 5 years, maybe, or 3 times. I'm not sure. And every time it has been amazing because I get to see the transformation in people. I get to see how life-changing it is for them. So I was thinking, you know what? Because the ceremony that I was participating in was for the Maya Cholquij New Year. I thought, you know what? In a few months, just around the corner, is one of the most important dates in the Maya tradition that's going to be happening. and that date is going to be in February. We're going to have in 2026, in February 2026, we're going to have the Maya Av New Year, which happens on the 18th of February. But let me explain you what that means, right? So in the Maya calendar, and just remember, right, the Maya calendar is the most mathematically complex, crazy, and accurate and mind-blowing and deep calendar in the history of humanity, okay? And the calendar consists of the intertwining of more than 20 different calendars that work together in order to create the entire Maya calendar. But there are a few calendars out of the more than 20 calendars that belong in the Maya calendar that are considered to be the most relevant or most important ones. Amongst them is the Cholquij calendar, as well as the Av calendar. The Av calendar, let me even type that in the chat, Av, okay? The Av calendar is the solar calendar. So in that sense, the Av is the most similar to the Gregorian calendar because it measures the time that it takes for the Earth to go around the sun. Sorry. So it's also a 365-day calendar. And the Maya New Year usually happens around in the Gregorian, it happens around the 18th of February, okay? And what happens is something really remarkable on that day. We change the carrier of the year. The carrier of next year is going to be one gig. What it means is the first day of the year is going to determine the rest of the year because energetically it's a really big change in cycle. But the Av calendar consists of 18 months of 20 days each month, plus one really tiny month, which is a 5-day month. And that month is called Wayeb. Wayeb for the Maya is really sacred. It's the last month of the year. It only lasts 5 days, and those 5 days are super sacred days, okay? For the last few thousand years, the Maya people during Wayeb, what they have been doing is the same thing every year. They go, everybody takes a break for 5 days. Nobody does anything. They don't work. They don't do anything. The entire Maya community just goes on pause. And for 5 days, energetically, something really special is happening during Wayeb that allows us for the opportunity to leave the old behind and to start with the new. So for 5 entire days, people prepare for the new year and they prepare for the shift in cycle. It's like the way it's described is energetically, it's like the energy stops, right? And the energy just allows us to connect ourselves with something that's really powerful and to release the old, to leave things behind. Why it's energetically a really intense time of the year. People have a special diet during Wayeb, for example. They go and participate in all kinds of Maya spiritual practices. They go to Maya fire ceremonies. A lot of people just put themselves inside of the house. My dad told me that in ancient times, people would even cover their windows with mud so that they wouldn't even know what time was day and what time was night. They would just like light a little candle, have a tiny bit of light, and they would do exercises such as like writing their whole year backwards, right? People would do all kinds of exercises, for example, to leave the old behind and start the new cycle with clean energy. If they had conflict that year, for example, with their neighbors or with a friend or something, on those 5 days, you knew the people that you had conflict with during that time of the year, they would be knocking on your door, right? Even if you don't like each other, they would be knocking on your door and you guys would sit down and you would talk it out until you resolve it so that you don't bring that conflict into the new year, for example, right? People would get rid of like their old things that are not useful for them anymore. They would switch clothes, they would switch like plates, they would switch everything. They would do all kinds of spiritual practices. People would travel into the mountains and go and do Maya fire ceremonies, participate in all kinds of ceremonial practices, spiritual practices. And so I thought, okay, every year I celebrate YM. My friends know it. They know I get all weird for 5 days during the year, right? But I thought, how powerful would it be? since anyway I'm thinking about opening the doors to bring people to Guatemala, I thought how powerful would it be to do that for the New Year's and to do that for Wayeb, right? So that we could go through the process of Wayeb together and through the process of the New Year together. So what we did is we decided to not go like we want to do it very like wisdom based, very practiced based, okay? So, because like in the past, what we have done is like we have done more like a tour. So we travel all around Guatemala and like we're just seeing different places, visiting different teachers and everything. But this time, what I want to do is just actual working on ourselves. So I want to stay in one place. So it's not going to be a tour this time, it's going to be more like a retreat and we're going to stay in one place. We will travel a little bit. We're going to go to places like Ishimche, for example, which is an ancient Maya site where you can see like the pyramids. There's Mayan altars there that have been used for thousands of years. So we will do that. Like, for instance, travel 1.5 hours to go do a fire ceremony in Ishimche. We will travel also to like a small indigenous community in the Cachiquel Nation, also to visit the community to do Maya fire ceremonies there. But everything is going to be very local. Like we're never going to travel more than 1.5 hours so that the entire focus of the entire week that we're going to be here, because it's 8 days, 7 nights, okay? The entire week that we're going to be here it's like if you're coming, just prepare yourself because I have a lot prepared for you. Okay. It's gonna be a week full of work. Okay. Like we're gonna actually get to it. We're gonna just every day be working on different exercises. I'll be sharing some ancient exercises that are specifically devoted to Wayeb that my dad shared with me, that my dad used to love teaching and doing, right? And it's all going to also be guided by Maya spiritual leaders here as well. So, like all of the spiritual practices, all of those things are going to be guided by Maya spiritual leaders in person. We're going to participate in ceremony. So, I'll just summarize a little bit how the week is going to go. So, first of all, it's from the 12th to the 19th of February, okay? From the 12th of February to the 19th. As I said, the Maya New Year is on the 18th, okay? So on the 19th is like more just like integrating the whole experience. Is going to be a really chill day. As well as the 12th, we're gonna get started with activities, but like just settling in. And then like from the 13th to 18th, we're gonna be going kind of crazy, all right? We're gonna be doing a lot of different things. So on the first day, as I said, it's just like the welcome. The center of it is going to be the town where I live, which is called Antigua Guatemala. Okay, that's where we're going to be staying. It's a very colorful, beautiful town. You can Google it, it's beautiful. Antigua Guatemala is also not only colorful, it's surrounded by volcanoes. Amongst them, let me write the name of the town, Guatemala. Okay, hey, yes. Okay, Antigua Guatemala. So amongst the volcanoes is Fuego, okay, which is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. I'm lucky, for example, because in my bedroom window every day I wake up to Fuego and I see it and it's erupting every day at night. You can see the lava during the day, it's erupting like every 30 minutes. It's really cool. So Antigua is really beautiful. It has a really rich history. We will start with a little tour of the town because if you're here, I want to like teach you a little bit of the history, but from like the perspective of the Maya tradition, because Antigua was the most important city in the time of the invasion, but not necessarily for good reasons. Okay, this is where the invaders settled in Guatemala, and so it has a super interesting history for that reason, the way the town is built, the way the surrounding communities are built. So I'm going to share that with you. We're going to have like a little tour of the city. It's also really easy to access Antigua. Is 1 hour away from the airport. Um, and because it is a touristic town, it's really easy to find transportation, it's really easy to access. It's not difficult. We're not gonna be in the middle of nowhere. So anyways, so that's day one. We're gonna have a welcome dinner, a tour of the city, an introduction to the retreat where I'm gonna just like give you guys just like the whole overview over everything that we're going to be doing that week. And then we're after dinner just going to let you guys rest so that you prepare for a really active, let's say, week of activities. Then Friday, which is day one officially, is the first day of Wayeb officially. Like in the Mayan calendar, that's the first day of Wayeb. What's traditional in the Maya tradition is that on the first day of Wayeb, what we do with Wayeb is we receive it. We open up the space. Okay. So sorry that I'm coughing so much. Anyways, we open up the space to receiving the energy of Wayeb. Okay. So we're going to start big. Okay. That day we're going to travel to Ixinche, which is in the heart of the Cachiquel Nation. And it is an ancient Maya site. It dates back thousands of years. Okay. And you can see like ancient structures and buildings. And it has, to me, Ishimche is one of my favorite altars in the country. Like out of the Mayan altars, to me, is one of my favorite altars in the country. To me, it has a very special place in my heart too, because my dad and I used to love going there to do my fire ceremony. So I've been there so many times with my dad. We're going to go into Ishimche. We're going to do a Maya ceremony, um, guided by a Maya spiritual leader to receive the energy of Wayeb, because what we do on the first day is we open up the space, we open up the energy, we open up ourselves to the energy of Wayeb, right? And so we're going to spend the day doing that, doing a Maya fire ceremony, which is going to be a long ceremony with spiritual practices. Of course, we're going to give you guys the opportunity to also go and exploration check, because since we're there is super beautiful. The place, it has such a beautiful, rich history, right? It's also the home of Belehevkat and Kahibimosh, who were some of the most famous warriors of the Maya tradition. A few hundred years ago, that's where they lived, right? It has such a beautiful history. Thanks, Melissa. I will actually do that. So, anyways, that's going to be day one. It's approximately 1.5 hours away from Antigua. Okay. So it's going to be a short trip that we're going to take to like this beautiful place. All right. Then on day two is the second day of Wayeb. We focus like the second day of Wayeb. What people do in the Maya tradition is we start cleansing ourselves. Because remember, that's what Wayeb is all about. It's like we want to cleanse ourselves from the old to start the new cycle clean. So we're going to have a Maya spiritual leader spend the entire day with us, guiding us through practices of cleansing ourselves. We're going to do all kinds of practices. He's also going to help cleanse everybody individually as well. He's going to give us different tools and teachings. And so we're going to spend the whole day like cleansing ourselves as well as doing exercises that will allow us to release the old. So spiritual exercises as well as practical exercises, like as I said, that are traditional to Wayeb to cleanse the old, you know, doing the whole forgiveness, releasing the old, okay? On day three, which is Sunday, the whole focus of day three of Wayeb is focusing on releasing the old. That's when people throw away old stuff. So like physically they get rid of the old, but also energetically they get rid of the old. This is when we're gonna do my dad's favorite exercise, okay? It's an exercise, and with you guys, we're gonna do it in a little bit of a different way. Because in the Maya tradition, people do it for the year, okay? It's like an exercise that they do just to release the old stuff that happened to them throughout the year. But remember, they do it once a year, right? Like you guys have never done Wayef before, so you haven't done it. So we're actually going to do it for in general for our lives, right? As an exercise to get rid of all the old stuff that does not longer serve us, all the stuff that we're carrying that doesn't serve us. We're going to do it not just for the year, but for our lives. This is going to be a very powerful, very emotional day, okay? It's a very powerful exercise. It's a very powerful exercise. It takes a few hours, but I've done it and it's wow. It's wow. Yeah. And then on day four, the people in the Maya tradition, what they do during Wayeb is good things for other people. Okay. That's like it's a super important part of Wayeb is being there for others, right? Like we're not only focusing on ourselves, but we're gonna be there for others. So as you know, like I'm doing as much as I can. That's my dream is for my country. Like as I told you, like, but unfortunately, the community we're helping is 10 hours away from Antigua. So I wish I could take you to them, but I'm not gonna, like, we're not gonna, we can't, right? But My whole life, I've loved supporting my community. So I often volunteer in all kinds of really incredible organizations. Remember, Guatemala is a very poor country, and there's like honestly a really sad reality around us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go visit a community and we're gonna spend the day with them, and we're going to volunteer our time to support them during that day. If you're watching the recording, sorry, we had a little technical issue, but the recording is back on and you did not miss anything. So anyways, um, the idea is that, right? Like at the end of the day, we're gonna do a reflection and you're gonna see just how life-changing it is to see this part of the country, to see how people actually live is yeah, it's and yeah. No, and it's a lesson because they're also some of the happiest people you'll ever meet. It's going to change the way you view the world. I promise you that. And so it's a traditional part of Wayeb. So we're going to go and spend a day with an organization, with a community, and volunteer our time to support them and to help them. Then the last day of Wayeb, which is day 5, we will close by visiting a small town in the heart of the Cachiquel Nation, where we will close with ancient Maya practices that are going to be guided as well by a Maya spiritual leader, doing reflections of the past, intentions for the new cycle, like finishing on cleansing. And then Wednesday, which is going to be one of the most special days, is the Maya New Year, okay? The Av New Year. And that is going to be a crazy experience, okay? And the reason for that is it is not just us. People all over Guatemala are going to be doing Maya fire ceremonies. There's going to be tens of thousands of Maya fire ceremonies that day. We're going to obviously close it with a Maya fire ceremony. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be receiving the first day of the year, which starts on 1 Kieh. Kieh is going to be the carrier of the year. Okay, Kieh will determine the rest of the year next year, right? Like the next Maya year. And we're going to be receiving it, setting ourselves up to start this new cycle with like that renewed, powerful energy. We already spent all of Wayeb like releasing the old, and now on this day is all about like entering with the new and receiving that energy. I'm gonna have the opportunity to, if some of you want to just rest and miss that day, it's okay. But since you're in Guatemala, I'll come with you guys and show you some really cool spots, just artisanal markets where you can support the local artisans. And, like we're gonna visit like just some really beautiful places, some beautiful sites. Antigua is amazing, so will have the opportunity to do a lot of things, but we're gonna take it slow, easy, just walk around the city, be able to visit all of these beautiful places. And that day, of course, in the morning, also, we're going to be doing some exercises for the integration of everything that we lived through. So, chill afternoon, but like also relax morning, but like an integration where we can do some reflections, integration of everything that we've experienced. Okay. Okay. So, this whole thing, as I said, is going to happen from the 12th to the 19th of February of 2026. Okay. To be included in this. Um, Access to all of the teachers who are going to be guiding us through the traditional Maya practices, the Maya fire ceremonies, the trips, right? So like the entrance to all of the ancient Maya sites, as well as the transportation is included in the price, okay? The lodging is included, so it's 7 nights in Antigua, it's 8 days, 7 nights. So the hotel, the place where we're going to be staying, all of that is included already. It's also beautiful, very comfortable. Antigua has that benefit that it has a lot of nice places to stay. Also, the food, the breakfast, and the lunch are included. And we're very mindful of different diets. So it's an all diet friendly menu, okay? We already know all of the places, and this is my town, so I know everyone and all the restaurants and chefs and everyone who can make an all diet friendly um, lunches and breakfasts as well, right? So if you're vegan, if you're gluten free, if you're vegetarian, or if you eat everything, like it doesn't matter. We're going to incorporate your diet into our tour. So the transportation. We're also going to have a photographer come with us. So at the end, you will have some cool photos of you participating in all of the events so that you can just because we know people will want to be taking photos and stuff, but that way you can just relax and focus on the exercises, and someone else will be taking cool shots of you participating and traveling around Guatemala. All right. Um, as I said, from the 12th to the 19th of 2026, the price is 1,600, but that can vary because we also have different prices for if you want to do shared lodging. That's the price if you're coming by yourself, if you want private, like a private room for yourself. But if you come with your partner, we also have a discount because then you're two, right? And we can put you in the same room. And also we have a cheaper option for people who want to share rooms with other participants of the retreat as well. So I'm going to Martin and Nick, and you guys post the link to the website right now. There you go. So in the chat, Anna just posted the link to the website. Um, so that you guys can go and check it out. Obviously, we have limited spots because it's in person and we can only handle a group so big, right? So it's on a like the spots are limited and we're closing it as soon as the spots sell out. It's basically on a first come, first serve basis, right? Like whoever catches the spots first is the ones who are able to join the retreat. Um, so as I said, it's in a few months. Obviously, as you join, we're also going to have, um, yes, of course, Tata Alberto is going to be there. Someone was asking that, of course, he's going to be one of the spiritual leaders to be from the 12th to the 19th of February of 2026. Is going to be for Wayeb and the Maya New Year, according to the Av calendar, which is one of the most sacred calendars in the tradition of the Maya Cosmovision. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting. It's going to be super cool. I really hope to see some of you guys here. Also, I see you guys everywhere. It'd be so awesome to meet some of you guys in person. That would be really cool. And we're, of course, available to answer any of your questions. Just contact us at info@mindwisdomproject.com. Obviously, right now we're opening up the registration. Okay, so some people are going to be registering. As soon as we have the group, which we think will be pretty soon, we're also going to be organizing, of course, just some calls with the group and everything, like to give you all the information that you need, to explain you everything that you need to know in order to be coming to Guatemala. Like we'll tell you what the weather is going to be like, what to expect, what to pack, what to bring, all that stuff, because we know that those of you who join are going to have some questions, of course. So we're going to be organizing like a little group chat in WhatsApp as well, so that you can meet the people prior to, to coming to Guatemala who are going to be going through the retreat with you. We're going to have some Zoom calls where we're going to share with you all the information that you need in order to prepare for your trip enough time in advance. Okay. Questions, do not hesitate to contact us. So sending you guys big kisses, big hugs, and have an awesome rest of your day and see you guys very soon. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Nice to see you guys. Bye.